The day started just like any other. I woke up late, cursed my alarm, and jumped in the shower, already stressing about my to-do list. The apartment smelled like damp laundry because, surprise, I forgot to move it to the dryer again. Outside, the city was already in a rush without me. A symphony of honks and yells. Nothing felt out of the ordinary. I grabbed my usual coffee on the way to the bus, scrolled through my phone while waiting. The barista smiled, told me to have a good day. I said, "You too." Totally normal. At work, the morning was a slow crawl of emails, spreadsheets, and meetings where we all pretended to be super invested. I even joked with a coworker about quitting to open a food truck. She laughed and said she'd be my first investor. It was a light, ordinary moment. That's probably why it took me so long to realize that things were starting to slip. The first strange thing happened around noon. I glanced at my phone and saw a missed call from my own number. Weird, right? I just figured it was a glitch, deleted the notification, and moved on. A little later, I went to heat up my lunch. The microwave timer froze at 30 seconds. It just stayed there, humming. I hit cancel, tried again, and it worked fine. Another small thing. Easy to brush off. On my bus ride home, someone was in my usual seat. It annoyed me more than it should have, so I stood, staring out the window. When we passed my street, I pulled the cord for my stop, but the bus just kept going. I pulled it again, harder this time. Nothing. The driver didn't even look in the mirror. My annoyance started turning into confusion. "Excuse me," I called out. "You missed my stop." No one turned. No one said a word. That's when I noticed the silence. No chatter, no phones, not even the sound of the engine. Just this low, deep hum, like pressure building in my ears. Everyone on the bus was sitting perfectly still, their faces blank, staring straight ahead. My chest got tight. I stumbled down the aisle towards the driver, calling out louder, my voice shaking a little as I got to the front. I froze. The driver's seat was empty, but the bus kept moving. I don't really remember getting off. 1 second. I was clinging to a pole, my heart hammering against my ribs, and the next, I was standing on my street. The bus was gone. Cars were driving by. A dog barked somewhere. Reality snapped back so fast it made me dizzy. I laughed, a nervous, shaky sound. It had to be stress. Or maybe I daydreamed it, or had a micro nap standing up. Anything made more sense than an empty bus driving itself. Back in my apartment, everything looked the same. The laundry was still damp. I checked the time, 6:17 p.m. A chill went down my spine, the first real one of the day. I made dinner, but couldn't really eat. I left the TV on for noise, for a sense of normalcy. The familiar voices of some sitcom were comforting. Around 10, I got ready for bed, brushed my teeth, checked the lock on the door. Routine. Safe. Then my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. It said, "You didn't notice when it changed." My hands trembled as I typed back one word. "What?" The reply was instant. Most people don't. That's why it works. I tried calling the number. It rang once and went dead. No voicemail, just silence. I blocked it and threw my phone on the bed, trying to convince myself it was just a weird prank. Sleep didn't come easy. When I finally drifted off, I dreamed I was in my kitchen, staring at the clock on the oven. The numbers kept flickering, changing every time I blinked. I woke up suddenly. My room was darker than it should have been. I grabbed my phone, 6:17 p.m. But the date, it was yesterday's date. My mouth went dry. I turned on the TV, the same show from last night. The same episode, the same scene, the same joke landing at the exact same second. My phone buzzed again. You're paying attention now. I scrambled to the front door and threw it. Open. The hallway was empty, but the lights were pulsing, flickering softly. I looked down the stairwell. It just kept going, down into pure darkness, impossibly long. And from the darkness came that same low, rhythmic hum. My phone buzzed one last time. True horror doesn't start with monsters. It starts when normal stops moving forward. Behind me, my apartment door clicked shut. I turned, my blood running cold. The time on my phone changed. 6:18 p.m. Finally.